Dr. Chaudhary sir, and our senior member of IEEE, Dr. P. Satish Ram Chaudhary sir, and our IEEE student branch counselor, Dr. VVS Sami Chakravarti sir. I feel privileged to welcome our guest, Mr. M. Sai Prashanth Garu, and my heartily welcome to all faculty members and the attendees who have presented. And I all welcome you for the webinar of blockchain and its industrial applications. Now I request my co-excom member Shravanti to take over.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Shravanti, Executive Committee Member of Student Branch from Raghu Institute of Technology. Mr. Mallelu Sai Prashanth is presently pursuing his Masters from Vardhaman College of Engineering and also Research Fellow at Vardhaman, and has the industrial experience of 2 years as the blockchain developer at Tech Mahindra, Hyderabad, and presently contributing as an IEEE TAB Committee Young Professionals Representative, IEEE Education Society and Chair, IEEE Education Society ADHOC Committee, also YPA Representative, IEEE Education Society BOG. He is volunteering as Communication Specialist, IEEE YP Micro Mentoring, Newsletter Editor, IEEE PES HAC, Deputy Chair Publicity, IEEE ComSoc WICE, IEEE Collaborative Ambassador, IEEE Puzzlers Ambassador, IEEE Education Week Volunteer, and Region 10 IEEE PES Student Chapter Committee Member. He also contributed as the Chair IEEE Vardhaman College of Engineering at Region 10 SAC as webinar and training coordinator and IEEE Collaborative Coordinator for IEEE Art and SAC, Vice Chair, IEEE India Council SCT 2021 Section Student Representative, IEEE Hyderabad Section 2021 and 2022, and served as Social Media and Publicity Coordinator for the IEEE Region 10 Student Activities Committee, where he committed and able to make a good impact under the guidance of SAC, in which his enthusiastic support as a volunteer to the section and chapter activities, new initiatives, contributions, demonstrating administrative abilities and leadership skills, and commitment for technical development of engineers and students at large is highly appreciated. For the enthusiastic support as the volunteer of the IEEE India Council, IEEE Hyderabad section, and IEEE Computer Society chapter, and commitment to the new initiatives and for the technical development of students. He have received the IEEE India Council Outstanding Student Volunteer Award 2019, where the award was presented by IEEE President Mr. Toshio Fukuda and IEEE Art and Director elect Deepak Mathur. For his outstanding leadership abilities as an organizer and volunteer, IEEE Vardhaman College of Engineering Student Branch awarded him with an outstanding volunteer for excellence since the year 2019 till date. He is also recipient of the Startup Hackathons, Codethons, and the Idea Pitching Sessions in India. He is also volunteering as Regional Ambassador for IEEE Computer Society for the receipt of IEEE CSREM. Mr. Sai Prashanth have also received the awards like winner of IEEE Art and SAC Outstanding Volunteer Award, winner of IEEE Art and Educational Activities Outstanding Volunteer Award, winner of IEEE Art and YP Revolve 2021 Program Award, winner of IEEE Computer Society Richard E. Merwin Scholarship Award in 2021 and 2023, winner of IEEE Education Society Student Leadership Award 2021, winner of IEEE MGA Member Getter Member, and stood first in IEEE Arton and first at section in recruiting more members since 2021 to 2021, and with a cash prize of $500. I feel privileged to welcome our guest Sai Prashanth sir. Welcome, sir. Hello. Yes, sir, welcome.
Thank you so much. So I'm just
Sir, your voice getting hello. Sir, your voice getting breaks, sir.
Hello. Now it's okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now is it okay?
Yes, sir, it's fine.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So very good evening, everyone. So myself, Sai Prashanth, the Vice Representative of IEEE Education Society at NGA Board of Governors. So thank you for the kind gesture and kind invitation. So without any further delay, let us go into the topic, that is blockchain and its industrial applications. So before I start, I just wanted to show you, say that. Uh, we're starting off a code, that is, we have elected to put our money and faith in a mathematical framework that is free of politics and human error. This is what we understand from any technology, or we believe in any technology to be done. So initially we felt that Bitcoin is a technological tool for the enforcement, or it is a big opportunity for a blockchain to set up what we can think over the next decade or so. So as I start with this. So this is very important that we have to understand how blockchain will work, and how eagerly we can able to make it use of it for our future generation, everything. So blockchain technology to be the most, I could say that it would be the third edition, that wherein which we talk, like initially we used to talk about what we call the database management, or we used to talk about cloud, or we used to talk about the cybersecurity. So now the third generation of the technology, wherein which we say it is a shared immutable ledger that facilitates the process of recording, transaction, and tracking assets in the business network. So basically, this technology is defined as a immutable ledger that facilitates the process of recording transactions and tracking assets in a blockchain network. So the asset can be anything, like your own, what you call, your own house, your cash, car, land, anything that could be like intangible or tangible assets, whatever we take. Like for example, it can be a digital asset, it can be physical asset, whatever to be possible. So basically, this blockchain, why it is important now to understand. As per the what you call Gantt and everything, they are estimating that the blockchain will be ruling the complete world from the era of 2030. But we are now in the 2023. Why? Why we should learn now? Because blockchain for the business runs on very important information, that is faster. One second. Yeah. So yeah. So blockchain basically it is a used for the wide range of application. It may be like for the business, for agriculture, for what we call social service, for government, anything, whatever you take. The faster it receives, the more accurate it is, and the more better it is. So blockchain is ideal for delivering the information because it provides immediate and shared and completely transparent information. Sorry, hello. Yeah. So it is a transparent information stored on an immutable ledger that can be accessed only by a permission network members. And a blockchain network can track orders, it can track the payments, it can track the accounts, it can track the production, and much more. Because of the members share a single view of the truth, you can see all detail of transactions end to end, giving greater confidence as well as new efficiencies and opportunities. So I should say the key elements of a blockchain can be a distributed ledger technology. The records are very immutable, means they cannot be changed, because once you create what you call a record, it is you cannot change it or you cannot edit it. And the most important is about it always deals about the smart contracts. Means a set of rules is stored on a blockchain and executed automatically. A smart contract can define almost like a conditions for a corporate bond, but the transfer that includes of travel insurance to be paid, or even about the money and much more things, whatever we can do. So, so this is a technology that permits a transaction to gather the block and record telemetry and chain blocks in chronological order and allows the ledger to be accessed by different servers. So if you see the technology, this is like, if you see the structure here, not banking structure.
Sir, you are not audible, sir. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Sir, your
Okay.
voice is getting break, sir.
Is my voice audible there? Hello.
Yes, sir, now it's good.
Hello.
Yeah, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir, now it's audible.
Hello, sir. It's now audible, sir. You can continue.
Can someone confirm that my voice is audible? Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Now
sir,
it's
you're
audible. You
audible,
can
sir.
continue. Yeah, just wait for a minute. Speaker will be right back. I think due to some technical issue. Please hold on.
Hello.
Yes, sir, now you are audible, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, so I think I dropped off suddenly. Let me share the screen. Okay. So now is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You can continue.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, fine. So we stopped over here. So this is a network in which we are talking about the international banking system, wherein which it will support the end-to-end customers. It will deal about the end-to-end what you call managers working in the bank. It also what you call controls about the people who are associated with the bank, maybe the cashiers or the ATMs. We take individually, we take everyone as a node. We take individually as a service provider because we wanted to show a system wherein which everything is clearly transparent, clear-cutly, what you call clear, justified that the so and so work is being done. So always in the blockchain, it always deals about the verification and validation at every point. So if you take, for example, if A want to transfer from A to B, for example, say A is in India, B is in US. So A has to transfer from India to US. So if you see, if the blockchain system, like before the blockchain system, usually for transferring from India to US, there will be a lot of taxes, lot of banking charges, lot of what you call time-taking process. But now, if you imagine, now we have a blockchain system implemented there. You can transfer within just 24 hours of time from India to US or US to India without no transaction charges, without what you call taxes, without no banking charges. So all this amount will be paid to the members from the platform. That is the blockchain system. So that is how we say it reduces the complete time and reduces the complete money. So money is what you call money transactions also. So it is very what you call secure platform, very what you call efficient platform and effective platform for the businesses or any platform, any application you take. So it acts as a central authority. So always, if you take here in the backend system, every node acts as a what we call autonomous body. They take the decision at any point of time for the successful execution. So okay, so this distributed. So we have two different types of what we call entities. That is single entity and multiple entities. So if you take every blockchain system goes for what we call adaptability, that is goes in a cyclic process. So whenever we initiate any transaction, whenever we initiate any process to be done, it goes in a step-by-step process. It goes for every step. Like if you take here A, B, C, D, E. For example, A is the person who you want to transfer amount to E. So it has to go from a complete process wherein which every node has to give the authentication saying that so and so amount is to be transferred. So everyone in the system has to be authorized, and they have to give the what you call the modulation that this transaction is correct, and we are certifying it. So that certification needs to be done for every node. So this is how we work on the different type of entities. Maybe the single entity we will be using for the small organization. Multiple entities will use for the large organizations. So this is how we do it. Then this is how our distributed ledger works. So if you see, initially the user initiates transactions with their digital signature. We go by a clear-cut process. Then we broadcast this transaction to the nodes, then moves for the validating the complete nodes for the each transaction. Then we go for the applying the aggregate functions, or we say like we have something like sum of, then we have something different aggregate functions here. So we perform the aggregate functions and make the complete data very systematic, and we broadcast to a what we call blockchain, and we apply the consensus protocol. Consensus means condition, a set of rules. We give set of rules, and then we integrate it to blockchain, and we say that the state is confirmed, and we will go and add to the block. So this is how a new block will be added to a distributed ledger. So having a distributed ledger is like, it is like a giving every node a priority, saying that it is a central authority, it is an autonomous body, that anytime without any bias or any trust issues, they can work easily. So this is like, this distributed ledger will always make good values and will reduce the issues in the assets and create a new value to the assets. And it always transfer the value to the ownership, and then it also gives the to transfer of values to the other assets whenever that is needed for the authentication. It also allows owners of the assets to exercise certain rights associated with the ownership and record this exercise of these rights. And as I told, this is some important thing that is smart contract. As I told, smart contract is nothing but it is a set of rules which is used to run for a blockchain. So it is about what we verify and sign it. We encode in a programming language, and business rule implied by the contract emerge in the blockchain and executed in the transaction. So the examples can be like it can be a contract conditions with the banks, or else even it can be about transfer of amount. It can also be about the supply chain management. It can also be about the voting system. So always, whether any application you take, there should be a smart contract defined. So it's about the privacy. So always imagine in blockchain system, you have the privacy, you have the security. There is a high-end SHA-256 algorithm run for the security purpose. And all the privacy things are for the transactions are authenticated, and there's a cryptography central to the processes, and the transactions are private and identity for the not linked to a transaction. And always the ledger is shared between all the members, but the participants require the privacy. So everything, like you can imagine that your data is completely safe and secured, and it is only accessible by you by your own particular key. Then let us talk about one use case, that is the letter of credit. For example, now imagine for issuing of a credit card, we will have some stages. Like maybe once you submit all your documents, it might take what you call 1 week of time or 15 days of time. But when we implement the same thing on a blockchain system, it completely reduces the time. It also reduces the cost, and it is like you will get within 1 or 2 days. So initially what we do, we initiate a contract. Then we submit all the documents. The documents goes for the verification, and the person whoever are the beneficiaries or whoever is related to bank, they just authenticate and they give the presentation of the documents. After that, they issue the letter of credit. Then they will check the bank documents, everything. They check the verification, everything, and they will ship. They will ship the complete what you call documents to you, and they will send back whatever the what you call the payments to be released, everything. They will just send it back to you. So this is how we will be able to process what you call will be able to transact the credit card for the banking sector. And also, as you see here, for the credits, whatever to be done, here it is also very essential that when we implement a blockchain system, each and every block is connected before and after whenever it initiates. And a transaction, each transaction occurs, it is recorded as a block of data. And also the transactions are blocked together in a irreversible chain. We call it as a blockchain. So this is how a complete system is being captured. So it always blockchain works on 3 different things. First one, transparency, second one, trust, and third one, transaction. These 3 are more about making this blockchain very efficient and effective working in nature. Moving on. The other use case about the corporate bonds. So we have for every business, there will be a lot of bonds. For every what you call transaction with the banking sector or with the government sector or with the any third party entity, there will be a lot of bank holdings, there will be a lot of corporate bonds, and even if a government has to be exchange anything, there will be bond exist between them. So these all bonds are almost digital. So you need not worry about it. And also there will be a very great financial plan that you can see. You can make it as a completely electronic authentication, and you can use this for the future purpose too. And there are a good number of industrial blockchain benefits. It always reduces the cost and complexity. It has a trusted record keeping. It has a shared trusted processes, and it always improve the discoverabilities. So as you see here, if you just implement the blockchain for any system, then obviously that system is always 100% secure and safe. As every technology has its own ups and downs, so even the blockchain has what you call some limitations. This so this blockchain will be used for cannot be used for the smaller organization, because there, like, for if you take, there won't be no business in the network between them. And always this will be what we call looking for a database replacement, but in future these all limitations would be definitely moving forward. And it's always looking for a messaging solution. It needs some high performances, but now it is being done very faster, because if you see now, it is almost taking somewhere around 24 hours. Maximum it can like take 24 hours, but minimum to 3 hours. So even they're seeing now if the transaction can be transferred within milliseconds, so then we say that our main thing is successful. And also it is looking for a what I call transaction processing replacement also. So maybe in the coming next, because as per the government, what you call structuring, they are imagining that by 2030, these all limitations will be completely what you call cut down. So this is how, like for every blockchain, there are n number of blockchains. So we we use different what you call platforms. For example, if you take Bitcoin for the cryptocurrency, or for the what we call for the implementation of the digital currencies in the blockchain system, we use Bitcoins. So for the Bitcoins, we use the platform. So they generate Bitcoin as a revenue. In the same way, we do the blockchain on the Ethereum platform. For the Ethereum platform, we generate the what we call revenue on the name of Ether. So for that, we use the language called as Solidity language. So this is the structure of the Solidity language. So this language is very user friendly. It is same like what we call C and Java programs. It is like creating of the objects. And always we can do like based on different number of platforms. For example, if you take this, now we have something called as blockchain 3.0. Wherein which in the blockchain 3.0, we use the platform called as EOS. For the EOS, we use the language Go language. So based on the platform compatibility, we use the languages. But I could say Solidity language very easy and very what we call very understandable. So because if you see, it is similar to our what we call Java program, in which if you see first we define the header files. Because we are calling a compiler over here, and we say a contract my token, and we say mapping address of unit 256. So just we are initiating our main function. So here we are calling the public blockchain and creating an object balance of, and then we are creating a function that is my token, and we're initialing as initial amount, and from the initial amount we are going to direct the balance amount, and we're going to store it, and then we are going to transfer the amount. For that we are going to write a separate function. So how exactly a blockchain works, like in a Solidity language? I'll show you a platform demonstration also. So this is what we call our own what we call second software, that is Remix IDE. This is a Remix IDE Ethereum platform. One second, I'll just share my screen once again, so that you can able to have a clear-cut visibility of the platform. Okay. So I'll show you just a small demo how we assemble blockchain system. So this is how the platform looks like. It is Remix IDE platform. Here we will work on the Solidity language. So initially, first we will go and create a workspace. You can give your own name. Then you should go and create on here. You should create a new file. Say for example, some P2 or say Prashanth. Every file should have with extension .sol. So this is how your file will be created. So for example, let us take this first program. It is something related to supply chain protocol project. So you need to write the complete code. You need to follow all the semantics. If you see here, it is about giving a product ID the complete ownership, settle ownership. So I'll show you like what are the things we are doing. We are creating a contract. See, if you see here, every program will have a contract, and we will create a structure that is we are going to create a date, what we call a block. That is your product. Your product contains your product ID, who will be the owner, who will be a previous owner, and the string name, the price, and the status. And all the things like here we have created the complete block, and we're going to store the complete one into the object. That is our the object is product. If you see, this is the main class, and this is the object. So there exists a product what you call class and object relationship even in Solidity language. So that we use that for mapping, and we initiate a product ID counter just to know how many number of products have been created. And then we write something like a function that is to create a product, like what would be the new product, and then we get even give the what we call the get product function to get the product IDs, and then update the product status and transfer the ownership. So this is a small program in the block system for the supply chain management. This supply chain management is similar to your e-commerce platforms like what you call Flipkart, Amazon, Uber, Ola, anything, whatever you take. Okay. So once you write the program, you will go here, you will check on this what you call Solidity compiler. You just run to run, and it will run the script. If you see the beauty of this language, if you made any error, it will automatically show an error over here. So it's a warning. Just we can just execute what you call ignore the warnings. But in a Go language, and the what you call the difference between a Go language and the Solidity is that here, if you see all the scripts and all the JSON files, you need to write separately in the Go language. But in Solidity, the platform itself will write the compiler what you call the scripting languages as well as the JSON files. Automatically, it will go and generate. If you see here, there is something like, if you see here, automatically for your program, the compiler itself has created the JSON files over here. So you need not worry about the JSON things here. So your compiler itself will take care of all the things, whatever required for your program. Just you need to write your logic perfectly and you need to implement it. Then coming here, once you compile and run this script, you will have to come down and we have to now deploy. If you see here, this is our environment, that is Remix VM merge. We have been having an account. This gas limit is nothing but for the miner. This is a constant amount what a miner gets from the transaction, and this is like you can change your values. Okay, this is for the currency generation. So this is a contract. So whatever you are mentioning in the contract web, so just it will be similar over here. Here we are mentioning a contract as supply chain. The same supply chain contract will be there. Just you need to go and deploy it. So once you deploy, it says that your blockchain is created. Then you should go and execute the what you call your output. For example, first you need to go and what you call create your what you call product. Say for example iPhone, and say iPhone cost is somewhere around iPhone, and say the cost is somewhere around 1 lakh. Okay, just click on transact. Your transaction has been created. Your new idea has been what you call new product has been done. So this is your first product. So it says that your product has been created. Then now we have to transfer, because initially we created the product, means the company has created the product. Now that product has to transfer the ownership, that we are going to transfer this what you call this product to some what you call to some store. So here we need to give the product ID that is 1, because we only created one product, that will be 1. And we have to copy here the account status, that is from address into copy here, and give the location over here, because your data will be stored in an address format so that your data is completely secure. Okay, so it executes and it says that your ownership has been transferred and executed successfully. Okay, so your this will be a new what you call owner, and you can update your status. Like for example, say the product ID 1, and you say the status is proceeded or delivered. Then click on transact. It also executed that. So the product has been delivered. And finally, get the product details. Say what is the product that is 1. That is iPhone. You need to call. I need to check here. That is your product ID 1, which says that is iPhone 10,000 rupees. Sorry, 1 lakh rupees, which is delivered to this address. Okay, so this is how we stored the data in the blockchain. So all the data is stored in an address, which is very difficult for an hacker to go and hack it, because your data is almost 16 what you call 32-bit what you call memory space data, which is very difficult for any system to go and build it. Okay, or go and crack it also. So this is how a small example how a blockchain system works. So moving on, the Bitcoin history. If you see here, initially, the Bitcoin started with an evolution in the period of 2008 to 9 by the famous scientist Satoshi Nakamoto. So this started for the era of blockchain. So that from there on, this started. So initially, if you see exactly on the 2000 level, 1 Bitcoin was equal to 1 USD. Now, today's rate, today 1 Bitcoin is equals to 23,000 USD. So you can imagine how exactly, because the people are investing on the Bitcoin. So a lot of things have been done, because this was done because 2014, Microsoft accepted the Bitcoin. So once even the Indian government started accepting the Bitcoin, maybe the price of 1 Bitcoin may also even goes up. So I could say investing in the blockchain system definitely would be a very good thing for any person. So we can able to generate with our own what you call assets a good number of amount. So try to invest in the blockchain, but choose the best platform. Go for the best what you call the currency you wanted to go, or the best platform you wanted to what you call invest in the blockchain. So, but one thing I would like to tell you: always don't imagine that Bitcoin is always equal to blockchain. Never. Because blockchain is a concept, is a technology. Bitcoin is an application of blockchain. So both cannot be same. So never imagine that Bitcoin means blockchain means Bitcoin. No. Just blockchain is the main technology. Bitcoin is a small part of the infrastructure of blockchain. Okay. So our blockchain is similar to a linked list, wherein which it is the double linked list, wherein which it will contain data, it will contain the previous hash, it will contain the next hash. So all will be in a circular format or in a chain format. So every node will be linked to one another. So it forms a chain structure. So a block within a chain we say is a blockchain. So this is a block. We are formatting in a chain, adding number of blocks. So we call it as a blockchain. Okay. So imagine for a block, we'll have 3 things. That is previous hash, next hash, then the data part. Okay. As I told you, blockchain is a concept of 3 different emerging technologies. That's why we say is a blockchain is a 3rd generation thing. So it's about a cryptographic keys. It's a peer-to-peer network. It's about the computing to store the transactions and record of the data. So blockchain is used for storing of the data and for the transaction purpose. So Bitcoin system is always a central authority system which is used for the public network. Anyone for any if there's any malicious means any notorious thing in the system, we can able to immediately do it. So always there is an eyewitness. There is always an eyewitness in your system that it always checks on what you call goes on verification validation for every stage. And then as number of what you call number of blocks you create, as number of what you call the chain you create, the more number of participants will be increased. Once there are more number of participants, there will be more number of security. Once there is more security, then you will have good number of increase for your Bitcoin value. Maybe in the future, 1 Bitcoin maybe even goes to $30,000. That can also be possible. So always imagine when you transfer your amount of anything, there won't be any intermediaries. So always there will be an end-to-end transfer. So it will be like cutting the middleman. So always We need to build a consensus, that is an algorithm that will able to make what you call a finite time to participate, agree on a single state. And as I told you, it will always create a witness that every in a block system, everything is completely monitored. You'll have the complete what you call timestamp, everything. What time you have been doing a transaction, everything is very clear. So there is no such thing that there will be a fraud. This is like you can write once, you can execute it anywhere, same like our Java. It is very robust. It is platform independent. It is also resistant against malicious participants. It is an open source platform. You can open to everyone. Anyone can do it just to have a what you call basic knowledge. It is a decentralized system. There is no need of what you call intermediaries. It is always consistent state across all the participants. And as I told you, there are challenges. That is energy consumption, scalability, money laundering, personal responsibility is very much important in challenging, but definitely one day these all challenges will be a very good benefit for the system. So there is n number of entities that they use the blockchain applications. You can use for finance, you can use for insurance, you can use for identity, you can use for healthcare, you can use for what you call government, you can use for supply chain, health, real estate, and anything you want to take, even for the government also. So as you see, the vast technology implementation, the blockchain you can use it at any point of time. And always our blockchain systems are distributed ledgers. So every node will act as an autonomous body. The data will be transferred to every corner of the world. So initially, this is how we do a transaction. So initially we request for a transaction, but then we hold for a validation at every point. Then we go for the verification. Then we go for cryptocurrency, and we use that there is no what you call inference values. You have no physical forms. So then we'll see that the supply is not determined by the central bank. Then we go check everything. Once it is verified, we'll add a new block to the existing what you call blockchain, and we say the transaction is completed. In detail, we will see here, it is step-by-step process. So initially we request for a transaction, we go and broadcast to a network, then we validate the complete transaction using the cryptocurrency or the cryptography. Then we represent the on a blockchain. Then we add the block to the existing blockchain, and we say that the transaction is completed. So this is both are similar. Okay. And this is how a blockchain will be added to what you call to the existing block. So I mean the new block will be added to the existing blockchain, and it follows complete clearly a step-by-step procedure. So this is how initially a blockchain looked like. So this is about the previous hash. This is about the data part, and this is about the transaction details. Okay. So initially it was blockchain 1.0 when the Bitcoin was there. So blockchain 2.0 where maximum of the companies, many MNCs are using the Ethereum platform because it is very easy to implement and very useful, and a lot of things have been integrated very easily. And now it is an evolution of blockchain 3.0 with the EOS platform where we are having the bug recovery, account recovery, and there are no fees for any application users to be done. It is always a good thing that blockchain is been evolving day by day very efficiently and effectively throughout the what you call the evolution criteria. So these are some of the pros that improve the accuracy by removing the human involvement. Digitalization makes it harder to tamper. So it is like it will be an effective what you call over going for the tampering. It's a transparent technology. It is very efficiency and it is very fast. And we have different types of blockchain, that is private blockchain, public blockchain. In the public blockchain, we have something called as Bitcoins, Ethereum. In the private blockchain, we have Monarchs, multi-chain. We even have a US platform. And it is about public is for like it is for the open source, private is for restricted to the what you call government or to the private organization or the individual entities. And custodian blockchain is a combination of both public and private blockchain. So for the custodian blockchain, R3, Corda, then Amphora, then we have something like Rapid. These are the different types of blockchain that we have in the custodian blockchains. And so Let me go into the depth of the three. We'll solve something like three use cases. So first use case, we talk about the supply chain management, wherein which imagine before the implementation of blockchain, we would not have the tracking record. There will be no tracking record. You'll just get the order, even though if there are any rotten items, are there anything, you will have everything, but you cannot give it back. Even you will not get the amount back. But now, if you see, all the e-commerce platforms have been enabled in the blocking system, so everything is transparent. If you see, for the blocking system, this technology can be used to track all the transactions and keep it very secure and transparent manner. And it is about you will get the quick delivery. It will reduce your costs. It will eliminate the what you call hazards, less human interventions, and it is very secure platform. So you can see from farm to the consumer, what you call end product, you can able to check it out, the transaction, how we will able to move it. So everything is traceable, trackable. Everything on the system is very clear. We just need to understand the platform. That's it. So all of this is things have been stored in a decentralized blockchain ledger, and then if there is any product thing has been missing, it will automatically reflect on the system. So if you see here, at every stage, there's a validation going on, and everything will be updated to a customer. So this is how we implement the blockchain system for supply chain management. So you can see the next one is about cybersecurity. So if you are, just now we have been discussing, if A want to send to B before the blockchain, maybe some person the hacker may come and steal your data, or there may be loss of data, but there may be tampering. But after the blockchain implementation, the cyber attacks, everything will be completely centralized, and there will be no fraud, and there will be no data theft in the system. So supply chain management is the biggest what you call cybersecurity attacks are the very biggest to the public. So, however, this blockchain has the best solution to protect your data from tampering and improve the cybersecurity issues across the industries. So, you have the high security, decentralized storage, and it's always traceable in the blockchain system when it comes to cybersecurity. And there is no extra costage of what you call amount in the blockchain system. So, directly transfer from A to B within less time, which is far fast accuracy. You can able to get the complete transaction done. So, always if you see, your complete data is being stored in a distributed ledger, it is very difficult to go and act for the data. Okay. Then moving on to the voting system. This is a very good example for a voting system. Just imagine now the present scenario wherein which the what you call the voting system, the government what you call spends a lot of amount for what you call from the initial stage to the final end, they spend somewhere around 100 million rupees for the complete what you call election process. Maybe for the police security, food, etc. Lot of things, even for the machines, even for ballots, everything. They spend a lot of amount, but one-time investment for a platform almost around just 1 crore rupees for the platform and making everything transparent. Just sending a one link to the what you call every user, because everyone is linked to another. They'll be having their own phone numbers. Just sending one link anywhere corner of the world. Just they can go, just press on the link, and they can able to trace the complete what you call data. So you see, voting before the blockchain. So it is very difficult, even if there are some people maybe in the busy schedule, they cannot cast the vote. But if they're at any corner of the world, just they can go and cast the vote at any point of time. Even the declaring of the results can be done within fraction of seconds, just to go and see the number of votes and get the data. This is how the platform is very efficient and effective. So if you see, this is how the process will be done. So your all the voter details can come in the application. Just go, click on the link, open it, submit your voter ID, and just register for the elections. And after the verification, just go and cast your vote. See that your vote is being stored in the blockchain. Then on the election dates, the officials will just go and click on the button. Just they will go and see the complete what you call the complete data. And I should say in India, the first blockchain application was being done in the state of Andhra Pradesh, because your land digitalization, whatever your land digitalization now been happening in the Andhra Pradesh, is being done on the technology of blockchain. And as you see, yesterday and today, there was what you call a good number of in your Vizag only. You have your what you call Global Investor Summit 2023 happened. So almost for the next what you call in the next 3 years, your Visakhapatnam is going to be a blockchain hub for the complete Southern Asia. So there are a good number of companies who are going to be investing on the blockchain system. Already the MOS has been done. 2 companies have been coming forward. So maybe your complete what you call Visakhapatnam will be going to be an hub for the blockchain era. So imagine you can able to just learn the technology, learn the use cases. Definitely, one day you can able to go in what you call crack in this blockchain system. So this is on the voting system. It always makes the system transparent, eliminates the necessity of the third-party systems to be involved. So it is also eliminating the what you call fraud, voter fraud, election rigging, reduces the expenses of the conducting elections. It also increases the transparency in the voting processes. So this is how it is also been helpful in the voting system. So there are other and good number of what you call applications you can do in the insurance, real estate. So everywhere. It's only about just knowing the what you call platform, just knowing the use case, giving a validation and verification, showing the data, accessing the data, then accessing the data. That's it. So you can see everywhere, whatever the applications you take, everywhere the blockchain system can be implemented at your any needs. So if you have any questions, you just please let me know. With this, I would like to just say thank you for giving this opportunity. So you can always reach out to me at LinkedIn or also email me at cybershan0@computer.org. We can have the collaboration work to be done, because we are having a good number of projects in the blockchain. Just let us know. So if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer. Okay.
Hello, sir. I'm audible.
Yeah. Yes, we are audible. Yes.
Sir, does blockchain can be hacked?
No. Blockchain cannot be. That is what I have shown in the use case of this what you call cybersecurity, right? We cannot like there cannot be what you call an hacking concept, because if you see, I'll show you. If you see here, this is the address where the data has been stored. So it is very difficult for an hacker to go and what you call go trace this what you call data, because it is a combination of what you call 0 to 9, A to Z, again small a to capital Z, special characters, everything is there. And it is also difficult to go and what you call get the what you call hash code for this data. It is very difficult. And always imagine, for any blockchain system, for example, you say now you implement the blockchain system, you'll have a key, and that key is only known to you. If that key is not there, you cannot go and what you call transact anything. You even cannot even execute one transaction also on the blockchain. So it is always very difficult for the hackers to go and hack any blockchain system. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Any more questions?
Here are the few questions from the audience.
Yes.
Can India adapt the blockchain for voting? If adapted, what are the disadvantages of it? If India has adapted it, what were the disadvantages of it for voting purpose?
See, for the voting purpose, never there are good number of developed countries who have been implemented this voting system, and they have been doing now. If India would be what you call adopting this blockchain system, definitely, I could say one day if you see if this all the applications whatever I have just shown you, if one day if the blockchain has been doing the current exhibition to all these applications, then definitely I could say that that day we would say that India would be a developed country. And implementing of the voting system definitely will be a very good boon to an what you call for the era, because there is a lot of what you call that amount, whatever they use for the elections, they can use it for the public development. And definitely, if they use this one, there will be transparency, there will be trust between the members, and maybe a good number of leadership would be coming out of the what you call the good number of people. So definitely, there would be no what you call disadvantage with the India for the adoption of the voting system. Okay. Hello. Hope I answer the question. Hello.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Finish.
So before ending the session, can all the participants please turn on your camera? Let me have a snap.
Can we have
Yeah, you can please continue, because I am also tagged because my system, I don't get an what you call option of camera on. I guess you can continue. Okay.
finish? Grant the access to all.
Yeah. Okay, I have given access to all the attendees. Please turn on your camera.
Prashanth, sir. Prashanth, sir, please turn on the camera.
Oh, sir, 1 second. I'm just on it.
Thank you, guys. Please fill the feedback form in the chat so that we can provide you e-certificates. Dinesh, continue.
Yeah. Now our co-committee member Tabu will be end up the session with a vote of thanks. Tabu, take over.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I am Tabu from second year EC department, and I am a member of IEEE. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I would like to thank M. Sai Prashanth sir on showing his views and knowledge regarding blockchain and its industrial applications. And I would like to thank RAT Vice Principal and Senior Member of IEEE, Dr. P. Satish Ramachaudhary sir, and IEEE Student Branch Counselor, Dr. VVSS Samir Chakravarti sir, for attending this webinar and showing their enthusiastic support. A special thanks to the organizing committee, teaching staff, and non-teaching staff for their unflinching support and coordination. Our heartfelt thanks to our students for active participation in this webinar and making it a grand, huge success. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Let's end up this section.
Sir, Prashanth sir.
Yeah. Yes.
Can we end up this session, sir?
Yeah. Yes. Sure.
Okay.
Thank you so much, everyone, and have a what you call great weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for attending the meeting.